We're talking with Gord Singleton, 82 world champion of the Kieran, and who's in Manchester working with the national team for these world championships in 2008. So Gord, first of all, you were saying that in some ways your track experience, a lot of it started here in Manchester.
Yes, I came over here in 1975, which was pretty close to my first full year as a cyclist. Had family just a few minutes down the road, and the reason for coming here was to kind of further my cycling ambitions, and I could race on the track 3 nights a week, all within about a 45-minute driving time. And in Canada we didn't have any tracks to race on, so this was one place where I kind of was able to hone my track skills, my sprinting skills. And then it was at that same year that I met my coach Eddie Sowens, who was from Liverpool. Turns out to be one of the top coaches in the whole wide world. I just kind of met him and we struck up a relationship, and he saw a lot of talent in me, and our relationship furthered, and the rest is history, everything that I accomplished, but a lot of that was due to Eddie.
So you were back here again a few years ago when you won the Masters world title.
Well, I won my first Masters title here in 1998, and the second one was in 2006. And yes, it's a bit of like old homecoming week, and all the guys that I used to race against now are helping to run the program here. Of course, Great Britain has one of the best programs in the world, but they're the people behind the scenes now. And so I come here and everybody knows me, and even coming in today in the front gate, I didn't have my accreditation yet, but the lady recognized me and she let me right in. So.
Now you're here this year, right now, to work a little bit with the current Canadian team that's trying to qualify for the Olympics. Can you explain how that came about and what your plans are here?
Well, I had an opportunity to come over, and I spoke to Lorraine at the CCA, and she said if I was here, they'd be more than happy to have me along and maybe pass on some of my experience to the younger riders here. And I think to help them, and I don't know what might crop up. I mean, they're already prepared, they're already well trained before they came here, but something might crop up that maybe my experience might be able to help them along and get them through and maybe win a medal.
Good. Now, you're also involved in the London Forest City Velodrome program, and I know you and I were talking, I guess just a week ago, about the youth program there and how you're hoping to see more of that happening. Can you talk a little bit about what you're doing there and what sort of things you hope to see happening?
Well, the London program kind of derived, of course, as we know, Rob Good and the grants and the velodrome and these people that built the velodrome. But the first time I raced there, which was the end of 2005, I could see there were a lot of things missing at the grassroots level. And things like they didn't know how to dress, they didn't know how to warm up, they didn't know what gear to choose. And I said to Rob, we've got to fix this problem right away because this is the grassroots stuff. So we introduced cycling specific basic training, spinning, small gears, and of course you have to remember that all these young riders were all 15 and 16 and 17 years old, and we had to nurture them before they could become national team athletes. Now, come full forward 2 years, I think the program is starting to show a little bit of fruit. And we're going to have 2 or 3 riders come out of our program this year, and they're going to be very, very competitive at nationals when they go.
Good. Well, thanks very much, and maybe we'll check in a little bit later in the weekend as the riders start racing.
Great. Nice to talk to you.